All right, we are live. Let's see. Let people get logged in. How's everybody doing tonight? Where are you watching from? Drop that in the chat. We'll see where you're at. Of course, Caitlin is not here. She is in Colorado, visiting her brother, his wife, and their baby, and she's got Wyatt with him. So it's just me tonight, y'all. Just me. Wyatt says hi. Hi, buddy. Let's see. We've got Mark. Hey, Mark, you're from Kansas City. You're not too far from us. We're in Nebraska. And let's see. We've got Nicole. Hey, Nicole, from Australia. That's far away. That's pretty cool, though. That's awesome. We've got Sonia from Alabama. And we've got Joey girl from Ohio. She's on day 14. That's awesome. Keep it up. Congrats. Let's see, we've got Ricky from San Antonio, Texas. Christy from Michigan. Lots of people. I have Bonnie from Alaska. Another Australian. Awesome. We got Cowboy Ramses from Alaska. We have someone from Brazil. That's awesome. We're drawing people from all over the world. We got Aussies and Brazilians and everything else. It's really cool. Let's see. We got Thomas from Georgia. Got someone from Riverside, California. It's awesome. We're drawing people from everywhere. It's really cool. And then we got Talia Plum. They're 2 months into Carnivore. That's awesome. Keep it up. So if y'all have any questions for me or anything, just be sure to hit a Q in the comment and in the chat and ask it, and I'll be sure to get to it for you. We got Christy, starting day 1 of Carnivore or your health journey. That's amazing. The hardest part is getting started, like we always say. So day 1 that's awesome. Keep it up. Keep going. Stay strong. Keep pushing. We've got Jordan from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Down 20 pounds in 29 days. That's amazing. Keep it up. Yeah, I was the same way. I lost about 20 pounds or so in the first month too. So yeah, it's awesome. Keep it up. Keep going. That's really cool. Okay. Mark, Russell Stover, sugar-free chocolate is my demon. Be careful. I know a lot of that sugar-free candy has like carbs in it. So you want to make sure you keep your carbs as low as possible when you're on Carnivore. Just be careful. That's a tough one. I would try to get away from it if you can. There's a lot of other stuff in it you don't want. Let's see. We've got Cowboy Ramses. He's 255. Can't seem to lose anymore. Mostly 73-27 hamburger with water. I would say, are you eating any dairy at all? Are you any artificial sweeteners? How much are you eating? Maybe you're eating too little. That's possible. Are you eating 3 meals a day? It's a lot of things in there. A lot of factors that could play into why you're stalling out. I would I need more information. We got Kimberly from South Carolina. And we got Mark, half a piece a day. I would be careful. I mean, that's not terrible, but try to get to the point where you can get away from it, because that sugary, non-sugar, but it's still sweet. It's gonna keep those sugar cravings alive, and it's gonna be tough to get over that sugar addiction in the long term. So I would just try to get rid of that as soon as you can. We got Debbie, first weekend, awesome. Hopefully you're starting to adjust a little bit. And everything. That's really. I hope it's going well for you. And you're from Florida. I'm from Florida too, actually. So it's really cool. What part of Florida are you from? Let's see. What else we got? Oh, Caitlin. Oh. Okay, we got New Smyrna Beach. Okay, I'm from Tampa, actually. So pretty cool. Got a question here from Talia Plum. How do you deal with staying at the same weight for 5 days? Also, do you think I should have lost more in 2 months? Starting weight 108.2. I was 108.2 kilograms. I'm guessing, but you should. 5 days is not a stall. I would say an actual stall is probably about a month. But if your biggest thing when you feel like you're stalling out is to make sure that you're taking your measurements, make sure that you're seeing how your clothes fitting you. How do you feel overall? Are you feeling more energetic, more healthy, more how's the mental clarity? Focus on those things when you're in a stall. But 5 days is definitely not a stall. I mean, your body's probably still changing, even though the scale's not changing. So make sure you don't get too wrapped up in the scale and what the numbers on the scale say. Okay. We got some questions rolling in. Let's see. Is lamb chops and pork chops part of carnivore? Yes, of course. It is an animal product after all. Carnivore is eating nothing but animal products. And yes, lamb chops, pork chops, definitely part of carnivore. I would, especially lamb. Lamb is a ruminant animal, and pork. I mostly eat beef and eggs, but sometimes I'll eat pork here and there and chicken here and there. But yeah, definitely part of carnivore. Cowboy says no dairy, 1 meal a day, eat between 1 to 2.5 pounds a day. Maybe you're eating too little. I would count your calories, and if you're in a super calorie deficit in your body and your metabolism is slowed down, you may not be losing any more weight because of that. So you may want to increase your calories for about 2 or 3 weeks to kind of refeed and get your metabolism up, and then go back to being in a little bit of a deficit there. And I know it's controversial, carnivores counting calories, but you kind of have to. You have to be in a deficit of some sort to actually lose weight. Let's see. And yeah, so Sonia says, I know most people don't count calories, while others say you need to eat enough calories. I get full and satiated. Yeah, exactly. Yes. So you don't need to count calories, especially at the beginning if you have a ton of weight to lose, because you're eating a lot of protein and fat, and that's filling you up, and it's less calories, so you're not eating as much. So you're definitely in a deficit. But once you get down to your closer to your goal weight and you have like the last like 30 pounds or so left to lose, you might stall out. You might need to start counting your calories and adjusting a few things, getting rid of dairy, sweeteners, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm currently counting calories because I'm trying to get down to where I want to be. But yeah, you do have to count calories once you're closer to your goal and you're leaner for sure. So Mark says, question is, I can't eat the amount of protein or the amount of meals most say you should be eating in a day. What to do? How much protein are you getting? What's your goal body weight? And if you want to eat 1 gram protein per pound of weight, so if your goal weight is 200 pounds, you want to be eating 200 grams of protein per day, ideally. So if you're eating steak, eggs, if you're eating a carnivore diet, you're probably getting plenty of protein. I would just figure out how much protein you're actually getting. Maybe eat a little bit more, but I would just start counting that. And um, for me, I'm eating 1 meal a day, and I'm still getting the amount of protein that I need. I would say if you're just starting out, eat 3 meals a day, and after about a month, maybe then you can start adjusting and maybe skipping breakfast and all those things once you become more fat adapted. But I would definitely say eat 3 meals a day at the beginning for sure. So let's see. Keelan wants to know, when will I announce the winner? Probably about, I was thinking about 20 or 30 minutes in, give or take. We'll see. Let people just get in and start answer questions for them. Let's see. Corbin says, I lost 62 pounds in 7 months. That is awesome. Good job. 62 pounds is a lot of weight. Keep on going. Keep pushing. I don't know what your goal is, but that's amazing. Keep going. Keep going. That's awesome. Congrats. Let's see. Joey girl, getting any exercise on a stall, even walking 1 mile a day. I don't know if they're asking me if I'm exercising. Yes, I am. Are you? So I'm not sure if you're trying to ask me if I'm getting exercise or if you need to get exercise. But I would definitely say if you have the energy, move more is always good. It's always good for you to move, walk, lift weights, resistance training, run, do something. It's just good for you all around if you can do it. Do you think pork rinds are bad to lose weight, Ricky? No. Pork rinds are still carnivore. I would get the cleanest ones you can find without all the extra ingredients that are fried in pork fat. I eat pork rinds pretty often. I sometimes will, if I need a little something, I'll throw some pork rinds. Handful of pork rinds, I'll eat those. It's a great snack. It's a great road trip snack if you're needing something to get you through the day or whatever, or if you're traveling. Pork rinds are great. I definitely don't. I'd say pork rinds are fine, especially if you get the ones that don't have the junk in them and all the colorings and dyes and maltodextrin and stuff like that in it. So, let's see. We got Corbin from Virginia. Hi, Gene. Let's see. Mark says he's too full. I don't know what to tell you. I would say just eat till you're full, as long as it's, fatty meat, plenty of protein, and see what happens. Let's see. Yeah, Country Girl says start counting calories. Yep. Get things moving. Yep. Cutting out the dairy, counting your calories, and making sure you're in a deficit for sure. It's important, especially when you're getting leaner and leaner and closer to your goals. You want to be able to make those fine adjustments to kind of get you to where you want to be. Let's see. What do you think is the best water drink, Corbin? I would say not tap water. Most tap water is contaminated with heavy metals and fluoride and chemicals and stuff you don't want. We personally have a reverse osmosis system I installed in our sink, and so that's the water we drink is reverse osmosis. But ideally, anything that's purified with reverse osmosis, ideally not in a plastic container if you can get it. Bottled water is not the greatest because it's in plastic, recycled plastic. I would try to find something that's in glass or stainless steel. But any water is definitely, however, water in general, even if it's generic bottled water, is going to be better than drinking anything with chemicals or sugar or anything like that in it. So I would just stick to bottled water if you can for now. Let's see. Keep learning. I feel great when I just eat meat. However, since I was a kid, I never liked to eat meat because a little bit was disgusting, especially the texture of it. So my question would be, what should I do to change that? I don't know how to fix that. Meat aversions. If you don't like meat, um, if you don't like meat, I would not recommend carnivore. I mean, it's just it is what it is. Um, However, if you feel the best on meat, I would just try to eat what you can, eat as much meat as you can take, and then maybe add in some other things here and there. But um, yeah, I would say try to eat as much meat. Find the meat you like, whether it's chicken, pork, beef, whatever it is. Just find the meat you like, seafood, shrimp, whatever. Let's see. Joey girl, yeah, yeah, I agree. Too much dairy can definitely make you feel bloated and sluggish for sure. Don't miss it. Awesome. Let's see. GBB. The furthest I've made it was 3 weeks. Couldn't get past the fatigue. Any tips? Are you having electrolytes, like Caitlin said in the chat? Are you having electrolytes? That's the big one, because if you're that first month, especially the first 30 days, you need to make sure you supplement electrolytes because you're not holding on to any water. You could be low in sodium or magnesium or potassium, so make sure you get plenty of electrolytes, and that'll help for sure. And are you drinking coffee, caffeine? Are you drinking too much caffeine? Are you maybe you're crashing because of that? That's another thing to think about. But I would definitely supplement electrolytes. Maybe if you're not doing that, that would definitely help. Let's see. Yeah, yep. Pork rind just do have much nutrition. Yep. I agree with that. If you're gonna snack, the best thing is gonna be like your clean quality beef sticks, like Chomps, Paleo Valley, and Archer. Those are like the best meat sticks out there. Zero sugar, grass-fed beef. I love Chomps and Archer, so I would agree with that for snacking or on the go if you're traveling. Definitely some quality meat sticks. And yeah, it's good. Joey Girl was talking to GBB about her fatigued. I agree with that. Make sure you're getting enough fat. Yes, because yes, if you're not getting enough fat, you will get fatigued because that helps your energy. Because once you're in ketosis, your body is using that fat as fuel and energy. What electrolytes do we recommend? Element, Redmond's Relight are great. Essential elements are fine. Keto Chow makes the salt electrolyte packets. Those are great. Those are several options you can choose from. Personally, I would recommend Element, Redmond's Relight, and the Keto Chow salt for sure. Let's see. Thomas, do I take a multivitamin supplement or would that be frowned upon? I do actually. I take a generic one a day, or sometimes I'll do just beef liver supplement, like capsules. And I also supplement vitamin K2 and D3 because it's winter here in the in the Midwest, and the sun's not out too much. So I try to get the D3 supplemented through vitamins because can't ever get enough sun, and the only way you can get D3 really is from the sun or supplementing. So I would definitely that's what I do, just to make sure with the one day I'm filling in all the gaps, and with the beef liver. So Caitlin says, if you don't like meat, try to figure out ways you can like it. Exactly. For me, making crunchy meat textures with sauces help a lot with liking meat. Yes. I know Caitlin is a big texture person when it comes to meat. She wants it really done and crunchy. So cook meat the way you like it. Eat the kind of meat you like, and that'll help with your meat aversions or any yeah. Just do that. Let's see. D. Nilsson down 105 pounds since last August. 425 to 320. That is amazing. Congratulations. 105 pounds is a lot. I know I'm down 120, so I know it's a lot. It's a long journey. Keep on going. you're down to 320. I don't know what your goal weight is, but just keep on chugging. Keep pushing and staying strong. Don't stop. Don't give up. Exactly. A plateau will happen. It happens to everyone. Plateaus do happen. Keep pushing forward. Trust the process. Cut out your dairy, sweeteners. Just make small adjustments. Focus on non-scale victories, and you will push through that plateau. Keep on going. That's right. Good job on that weight loss so far. Keep on going. About the meat texture, Caitlin said, yep, chicken wings, air fryer, meatballs, crispy bits, burnt ends, broiled pork carnitas. Yes, great tips. Great tips, babe. What are my views on hot sauces? I love hot sauce. Let's see. I love my hot sauce. As long as there's no sugar or carbs and it's a relatively clean hot sauce, no seed oils, you should be fine. I like my Frank's Red Hot, my Louisiana hot sauce. I'll do like Crystal, those kinds of things. I still eat it. It hasn't affected me at all. I don't have a problem with vinegar or like those or cayenne peppers or stuff. I'll even do habanero hot sauce sometimes, as long as it's clean. There's no seed oils or sugar or carbs in it. So yes. Country Girl, do I use protein powder? I do. I started doing that about a month ago because I started lifting weights 2 months ago, and I wanted to make sure I had plenty of protein for building muscle. So I do use a very clean whey protein. It's just whey protein isolate, cocoa powder, and stevia. And I think that's it. And it only has 1 gram of carb in it, 0 sugar. That's what I've been using, and it's been working good for me. But yeah, I do use. So you have to be very careful because you really have to read those ingredients, make sure it's clean and not full of junk and ultra processed and chemicals and crap like that. Let's see. BBBE all the way. Agreed. Let's see. Do your joints crack more often on carnivore diet? Mine do, and I'm a bit afraid. How far in are you? Are you just getting started? Are you? I suffer with chronic inflammation and joint pain, my knees, my ankles, my back. And it took about 2 or 3, probably about 3 months for all that went away and my joints were fine, no more inflammation. I suffered with chronic like pain in my ankle because I twist my ankles all the time, and that went away after 3 months. It was always sore, and the pain went away. But as far as cracking goes, I don't know. I wouldn't worry about cracking your joints or your bones because that's just air pockets getting in your like sebaceous, your spine. I'm not a chiropractor. I'm just saying but there's nothing wrong with cracking your joints. It's just relieving or popping the air through from your discs and where your bones and everything meet. So, not a chiropractor or a doctor, but I feel like I crack my neck all the time. My joints crack too, and I've been doing this a year now, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. Yes, pork rinds are a good replacement for nachos. Yes. Carnivore nachos are great. Pork rinds, ground beef, cheese, sour cream, hot sauce, good to go. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. Keeping it sustainable is key. Los Carnivores. Appreciate your channel. Help me to make the decision to go carnivore, not losing too much weight right now, but I'm getting stronger, so I'm not exactly sure when I'm at. I think it's about 15 pounds in 45 days. That's still really good. That's really, really good. 15 pounds in 45 days. That's awesome. That's a success. The scale's going down, not up, right? And you're not plateauing hard. That's awesome. I'm glad we could inspire you to start your own journey. That's one of the big reasons why we're doing this, to inspire others to change their life and take their health back. So that's amazing that you're starting, but at 15 pounds in 45 days, keep on going. That's awesome. That's great. And I don't know how much weight you had or have to lose, but the less weight you have to lose, the less you're going to lose in the beginning, and the slower the weight loss is going to be. So if you have over 100 pounds to lose, yeah, you're going to see a lot in the beginning for sure. A lot of that's going to be water weight. But if you only have like 30 to 50 pounds to lose, you may not see a ton of weight the first month. But 15 pounds in 45 days, that's a success. I would not get discouraged about that. Keep on going. That's awesome. Okay. Let's see. Here, Sonia has a question. Protein goals 120 grams. 120 grams. So today I had 1347 calories. Protein was 115, fat 95, and 2 carbs. Okay, need to burn body fat. Should I increase or decrease fat? Need to see. Where is your Sonia? What is your? How much weight do you have left to lose? That's the next question. But 1347, I'd say if your goal is 120, I don't know how much you weigh now, but if your goal is 120, I'm guessing your goal weight's 120, you're eating 115 grams of protein, that's great. For me, I am down to 181. I'm trying to build muscle and lose that last bit of body fat. For me, I am reducing my fat a little bit, so I'm putting less butter on. I'm not putting butter on my steak anymore. I'm putting less butter in my eggs when I cook them. So you might want to adjust a few things here and there if you're getting close to your goal weight. But if you still have a long way to go, I wouldn't worry too much about I would actually get more fat, honestly, if you're in the very beginning, you have a lot of weight to lose. So let's see. Caitlin. Oh, it's called Doody Rubber Duck. Doody Rubber Duck. Let's see. Sonia, you have 40 pounds left to lose. Okay. I would strive to get that 120 grams of protein per day. I would maybe reduce the fat a little bit. That might help. Make sure you're obviously getting rid of dairy, as much dairy as possible, and sweeteners. So you're currently 160, 120. Okay. And Caitlin says, good night. She is going to bed with Wyatt says, love you, Daddy. Love you too, buddy. And thanks for hanging out, babe. We'll talk to you later. Let's see. So currently, yeah, I would say if you have 40 pounds left to lose, yeah, reduce the fat a little bit and make sure you're getting your protein goals for sure. So, yep, Ernie, yep, he likes that one. Good night, Caitlin and Wyatt. Miss y'all. Okay. So probably about 2 minutes or so, I'm probably going to announce the giveaway winner. Just because 30 minutes is a good point to announce that. So we'll get there soon. So Cater. Oh. All right. Let's see. Time to go to my bat cave. Oh. Women can be different for sure. Personally, better keeping my fat high while I have to lose weight, especially since it impacts our hormones more. Learned that from Dr. Bray. Yes, women definitely need more fat than men, because your fat really regulate your hormones for sure and keep you energized. But if you have only like 20 pounds left to lose and you're stalling out like crazy and not seeing any improvements and not seeing any measurements going down, I would definitely try to reduce fat a little bit, just a tiny bit, and increase that protein a little bit and see if that changes for you. Let's see. We got another question from Winners. Did you experience extreme fatigue your first month of carnivore? I've been struggling for 3 weeks in. Yes, you could be. There's a couple things you could be not getting enough fat in your diet. So are you adding butter to your steak? Are you adding butter to your eggs and stuff like that? Are you cooking with like beef tallow or things like that? Are you eating fatty cuts of meat like ribeye or New York strip, ground beef? Are you also big one is, are you getting enough electrolytes? Especially that first month, you really want to make sure you supplement with electrolytes, because you can definitely get deficient and dehydrated and get fatigue and cramps and all that kind of stuff, dizziness. So for sure, definitely look into make sure you supplement with electrolytes and getting enough fat. Let's see. Okay, y'all. I think it's time to announce the giveaway winner. So the giveaway winner is going to get a Meat Stick Chef X, a 10-ounce container of Redmond's Real Salt, and a 15 pack of the citrus or sample pack of Element electrolytes. So I'm going to go ahead and announce it now. It has been 30 minutes in the live stream, so I feel like that's a good point to announce it. The winner of the giveaway is Sandy Edge. And you, we picked you for the random number generator, so it was completely random. So Sandy Edge is the winner. We will be sending you an email to get your information to be able to send you that package. Okay, so Sandy Edge is the giveaway winner. Congrats, Sandy. Let's see. All right, let's see. Jason, just started Carnivore Monday. Awesome. Already down 8 pounds. That's amazing. And just found our channel. Congratulations on the 8 pounds in just a few days, 5 days. Congrats. Keep going. That's awesome. Keep going. And the first 3-4 weeks is tough, especially the first 2 weeks. Just keep going. Push past those cravings. Make sure you're getting enough electrolytes, and just keep on chugging. Keep on chugging. That's amazing. 8 pounds. That's 8 pounds in 5 days. Congrats. Keep on going. Yes. Agreed, Joey. Hit the like button. Please hit the like button. We really appreciate it. We really, really appreciate it. Let's see. Did I count? Here's a good question. Did I count calories in the beginning? No. In the beginning, I had over 100 pounds to lose. I didn't worry about calories. I just ate till I was full, 3 meals a day, and the weight started coming off. And I'm just cutting out all the sugar and carbs. Did it, and just eating a lot of fat and protein, and that made me be in a deficit. Of course, when I was over 300 pounds, just eating a normal whole food diet at all would have definitely put me in a deficit. But no, I didn't count calories. I didn't start counting calories until about 2 months ago, because I've lost 120 pounds now, and I don't have much left to lose. So I really have to make sure I'm in a deficit for my body weight and everything. So at the beginning, no. Now, yes. Let's see. Jeremy Gonzalez started at 325, just hit 297. That is amazing. Congratulations. Keep it up. Keep it up. That's awesome. You're in the 200 club now, and keep on going. That's amazing. How long have you been doing it? How long did he lose? How long have you been carnivore? That's the question I have for you. Let's see. Am I still doing OMAD? Yes, I am still doing OMAD. 100%. I've just eaten 1 meal a day now for almost 2 months, and I've just seen the weight continue to come off. I'm seeing the fat continue to come off. So, and also the benefits of fasting has been great. Like I've not been hungry until I get home from work. So it's been working really well for me, and it's easier because I don't have to worry about packing lunches and all that nonsense. So it's definitely helping me to get that last little bit of weight off. How old am I? I'm 32. Let's see. Cane Corso. How many calories are you having a day? And am I counting macros? I'm not counting macros. I'm trying to get about 170 or so grams of protein a day. And calories, I'm eating about 16 to 1800 calories per day, give or take. That's kind of where I'm at right now. But then again, I'm currently 181, 6 foot tall. I still have a little bit of fat and belly and love handles left to lose. So I'm getting closer to my goal, and I need to make sure I count calories at this point. But at the beginning, I wouldn't worry about counting calories. I would just focus on staying carnivore. Let's see. Yeah. I feel a lot. I look and feel a lot younger than I am because of carnivore. Let's see. Am I counting? No, I'm not counting my fat. I am only counting protein because I'm trying to build muscle. I'm lifting weights about 5 times a week, so I am counting my protein, but not fat. I'm reducing my fat a little bit here and there. I'm not putting as much butter on things, so I'm still trying to find that balance and I'm trying to eliminate dairy and all the other stuff. So I'm just trying to really focus in on getting 1 meal a day, the correct calories I need, and trying to get the amount of protein that I need as well. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Did I miss any questions? Yeah, I was going to ask Jeremy, how long have you been carnivore? Because I know we had that up earlier, a couple minutes ago. But how long have you been carnivore? Seven weeks. Okay, awesome. So you're almost at 2 months. That's amazing. So you're doing really, really well. Keep it up. Keep going. Are you feeling good? Hopefully, after 2 months, almost 2 months, you should be feeling great. Let's see. Los Carnivores. I'm 252 with about 27% BMI. Short-term goal is 24%, which for me is about 235. As long as you keep my lean muscle mass, probably eat about 2,000 calories a day, burn 1,200. Okay. I mean, you look like you're doing pretty good. Yeah, keep on going. Keep chugging. Keep chugging. Yeah, keep on chugging. Definitely no. Machine Gun Kelly is way too skinny. I'm trying to build muscle. I'm not shaving the beard. It ain't happening. Doesn't reflect on the scale. How do you feel? How are you close fitting? How's your overall mental clarity, energy levels? How's your inflammation? There's a lot of things to think about besides the scale. Don't get so wrapped up in the scale. Take your measurements. Take your measurements every couple weeks and see if it's going down. I wouldn't get so wrapped up in that scale because you can go through a stall, but then you'll still be losing inches because could be building muscle or whatever it is. Especially right now for me, I'm trying to build a lot of muscle, so the scale isn't changing all that much. But I physically see like my left handle shrinking, my belly shrinking because I'm taking pictures once a week. So I would definitely focus on non-scale victories, not get so wrapped up in that scale because you could still be losing body fat even though the scale isn't going down, especially if you're lifting weights or trying to build muscle. So just don't worry so much about the scale, okay? Let's see. Yeah, a lot less soreness. Yep, awesome. Alan Quarter, when do you start losing fat? In the beginning, you will just lose water weight for sure. But it is encouraging to see that first month, all that water weight and fat go down. But I would definitely recommend taking pictures of yourself at the beginning, 30 days in, and so on. And you'll start to see that fat, your belly gets smaller and smaller. But the very beginning, a lot of the weight's water weight, yes. But after that, water weight's gone, most of that's going to be fat. It's a great question here, Carnivore. So, fantastic question. You think you would have had as much success if I followed a regular American diet with a deficit? No, not at all. The reason, so this the mainstream, science, bro science, I guess, says that calories in versus calories out. That's not true. Yes, technically, if you were in a calorie deficit eating nothing but processed foods, yeah, you would lose weight. But are you healthy? Are you metabolically healthy? No, you're not, because you're ingesting all that garbage, all the seed oils and carbs and sugar and chemicals and food dye and everything else. So yeah, calorie deficit still matters, but the quality of those calories really do matter. So if you're eating nothing but whole foods like protein and fat on a carnivore diet, nothing but whole foods, steak, eggs, all your real food, you're going to not only lose weight quickly because you're cutting out all the junk, all the chemicals and everything else, but you're going to be healthy while doing it, and you're going to be improving your metabolic health or long term. So I don't think I would have as much success. I would have been miserable because I'd be trying to eat all these carbs and all this carbs and sugar, and make sure I was getting all this. I would probably be eating lean meat if I was trying to lose weight on a American diet. But I would not feel. The reason carnivore is very successful and why people think it's successful for a lot of people and sustainable is because you're eating a lot of fat and protein and you're feeling satiated because you're eating till you're full. And that sticks with you and lasts for a while until your next meal. So that's why it's so successful and why you're able to lose weight, because you're not hungry all the time. If you're eating a regular diet, even if it's just a whole food diet, just a balanced whole food diet, you're probably going to get hungrier and you're probably going to end up eating more calories. So it's just easier to stick to. It's more sustainable. And yeah, and you have to love meat. I love meat. So, but it's definitely a lot more sustainable. And that's why it works so well, because you're filling up on fat and protein. Let's see. Doge, number one, Wade. I lost 12 pounds in 10 days and I feel great. That's amazing. Keep going. Keep on going. 12 pounds in 10 days. That's awesome. And hopefully you're starting to feel better too, and starting to have some mental clarity and more energy. Make sure you're supplementing electrolytes since you're just starting. But yeah, that's awesome. Keep on going. That's really cool. Gary, I'm gonna start fasting. Are you doing 2 meals a day? You're just gonna skip breakfast, 1 meal a day? You're gonna fast for an extended period of time? What's going on with that? I know for me, I stopped eating breakfast after the first 30 days, and then it was 2 meals a day for a long time, and then for the last 2 months, I've been OMAD. So, yeah, that's awesome. Let's see. Here's a good question from Jeremy. After starting, how long should I wait to go get my blood work checked? I would wait at least 90 days for a few reasons. If you're getting your A1C checked, which you should be, especially if you were previously obese or still obese and have a lot of weight to lose and we're eating a lot of sugar and carbs, you want to make sure that, especially if you have old blood work that was saying that your A1C was high or pre-diabetic or diabetic, because it takes 90 days for your A1C to change, because what it's doing is it's taking your numbers from the last 3 months, your hemoglobin A1C, and giving you a number. So you definitely want to wait at least 90 days. That way your body can start to really adjust to being in ketosis and starting to get more less insulin resistant and more insulin sensitive. And make sure you're checking your fasting insulin as well. That's extremely important. It's not something that comes standard on your regular blood work. So make sure you're asking for your A1C, your fasting insulin, and your average glucose over 90 days. And for men, definitely get your testosterone checked. For me, I know I got my blood work done after 4 months being carnivore, and my testosterone was extremely low because I still had a lot of weight to lose. I just got my blood work done actually, yesterday. So the results for that will be, hopefully I get those next week, but we'll be making a video on that very soon on my results after 1 year carnivore blood work. So I would definitely wait 90 days for sure, and make sure you get all those specific tests: fasting insulin, A1C, and a complete metabolic panel for sure. Let's see. Cane Corso, another question. Do you take any supplements you think worth taking, collagen supplements or any vitamins? I do take a generic, like 1 a day supplement. I also take K2 and D3 because it's hard to get enough sun in the wintertime where I live. So D3 for sure. One a days, maybe even sometimes I'll take beef liver supplements like capsules. So if you're not doing any supplements, if you're not eating any organ meats, I would definitely recommend taking a beef liver supplement or some type of liver supplement for sure. Let's see. Daphne Latimer, brand new to this. How do I start? What's needed? I heard Redmond smoked sea salt is a must. Do you check your blood sugar? Okay, it's a lot of questions. So, all right, we have some great carnivore tip videos for beginners, but I will try to answer you here. How do you start? What's needed? What do you need? Meat. Get rid of all the junk food in your house, all the processed foods. Get rid of all the non-carnivore foods in your house. And just get rid of it. Give it away. Donate it. Do something with it. Throw it in the trash. For me, I'm a candy addict. I took my candy stash on day 2 and threw it in the trash. Get rid of all the junk food in your house. Buy only meat, only carnivore, eggs, chicken, pork, steak, beef, ground beef, seafood, fish, salmon, shrimp, stuff like that. Stick to carnivore. Redmond's smoked sea salt. You don't have to have smoked salt, but Redmond's real salt is the way to go. It's the best salt out there because your like Morton's generic Morton salt or Great Value salt has dextrose and anti-caking agents in it. You don't want, and the microplastics. You don't want that stuff. So I would definitely stick with Redmond's real salt. Pink Himalayan salt's okay, and then Celtic sea salt. Personally, I prefer Redmond's real salt over everything else. And let's see, do you check your blood sugar? I do sometimes. Of course, when you get your blood work done, that'll be on there. But I have just a glucose meter. I do check it like once a week just to see what my fasted glucose is, so I kind of have an idea. But yeah, it's not a bad thing to do for sure. Especially once you're really fat adapted, it probably is not a bad idea to check your blood sugar and also just check it every other day or so to see it trending down, as you're getting rid of all the sugar and carbs in your diet, and you're starting to see that insulin not be so high all the time and starting to be more insulin sensitive as you go on. So, okay, let's get some more questions in, y'all. We're at 47 minutes, probably going to wrap up around an hour or so, give or take. So make sure you get your questions in. Yep, you're welcome, Daphne. Yeah, make sure you get your questions in. Got about 15 to 20 minutes, give or take. Do I cheat? Here's a good question. This is a really good question. Do you cheat for special occasions? No. Birthdays, no. So, Los Carnivores, no, I do not. So in the last year, I've had one cheat meal. And it was 10 months in. It was on New Year's Eve, and I had bad food. I had pizza and ice cream, just stuff I shouldn't be eating. But I was just like, I'm 10 months in. I've lost all this weight. I wanted 100 pounds, whatever it was. I want to see what it's like to have carbs again. So I ate one cheat meal. Yeah, it was delicious in the moment, but then the next day I woke up feeling like absolute garbage, and it was definitely not worth it at all. So it's not worth it. It kicks you out of ketosis. You want to try to stay in ketosis as long as you can, because I wouldn't recommend cheating at all, even for special occasions. Like for my birthday, I had a big old steak, and Caitlin actually made me some like carnivore ice cream. We have a recipe on it, but it's just cream and like stevia and some other stuff in it. But we have a recipe video on that. But yeah, that was my cheat, was carnivore ice cream. But even for birthdays and stuff, I go to Rodizio Grill for my birthday. It's nothing but meat. So even Thanksgiving and Christmas, I still didn't cheat. You want to make sure that because cheating will self-sabotage you, especially if you're struggling with cravings. It's going to make you want to continue to cheat the next day and the next day and the next day. And it brings those cravings back for sugar and carbs. So I would recommend not cheating if you can help it, because you'll be more successful in the long run. And you got to remember, this is a lifestyle, a way of eating, not just a diet to lose weight. You're doing this long term. You're making these adjustments now for your long term success, so you can stay a a carnivore or ketovore or whatever it is for the rest of your life, so you can stay metabolically healthy and not be so sugar and carb dependent. How much water do I recommend having a day? As much as you need. That's different for everybody. If you're thirsty, drink water. Um, I know in the beginning for me, I drank a lot of water. Now I drink way less water because my body's adjusted, I guess. I drink black coffee and water. And I first drank like 80 something ounces of water a day, but that slowly reduced over time. So I would definitely not try to drink a whole gallon of water. Drink if you're thirsty, drink. And once you're not thirsty anymore, just don't drink. I mean, listen to your body. That's the important thing about carnivore, is just listen to your body. Your body will give you feedback on what it needs. If you're thirsty, drink water. If you're hungry, eat some meat, So, do I eat dairy? I did in the beginning. I had heavy whipping cream. I never drank milk. By the way, don't drink milk if you're carnivore. Um, there's a lot of sugar and carbs in milk, and I've never drank milk this whole year. But I would do heavy whipping cream in my coffee. I would eat a lot more cheese beforehand. Now I just do black coffee, and I'm reducing my dairy a lot. I maybe eat like a bite or two of cheese a day. That's it. That's all the dairy I have. So, do I make my own beef jerky? I do. You can find sugar-free jerky. They have some at Walmart, not the best ingredients, but chomps are great. For meat sticks, chomps, Archer, Paleo Valley, those are great options for like processed beef jerky or whatever, or meat sticks. But I do make my own jerky. I have a smoker and a dehydrator, so I had made my own jerky twice, and it turned out pretty good. So um, yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. Alan, you are correct. Cheat meals turn into a cheat day. Yep. Exactly. That's why cheat meals, you can self-sabotage and get into this constant cycle of cheating, and then you're just falling off the wagon and you're not doing as well. So, and then you're just self-sabotaging, and you're taking 3 steps back after you took 1 forward. So you want to make sure you don't cheat. If you want to achieve your goals and really get past those cravings and get past that food addiction, try not to cheat if you can help it. Let's go. 72-hour fast. Oh, the longest I fast is my 24 hours. So I've never done an extended fast yet. So I don't think I can do it. But I know there's a lot of great benefits from extended fasting. So how did I switch from keto to carnivore? Do you incur something sweet? I didn't switch from keto to carnivore. We did keto like a couple years ago, and for about a month, and it was not sustainable. But I went straight like cold turkey into carnivore. One day it was eating junk carb sugar. The next day I was carnivore. So it was like a band-aid, just right into it head first, and haven't looked back since. As far as like, what do you do when you're craving something sweet? Munch some butter. This is weird, but try biting a piece of butter. That's maybe you need a little bit more fat, and that'll help you with your sweet cravings. I've seen people do like slice butter up and on a glass dish and put it in their freezer and freeze it, and then and they eat it when they're craving something sweet. At the beginning, something like Element will help, because it's the flavored elements work for craving something sweet, and it's also electrolytes too. So I would use things like, my addiction is like tangy sour candy. So I would do things like those little lemonade packets that you shake up in a bottle and drink. That would help me. But make sure you get enough fat and electrolytes in your diet, and make sure you're not getting hungry, because if you're hungry, you might crave sugar and sweet things for that quick burst of energy. So I would drink something like try munching some butter, eating a meal if you're craving something sweet, and also try the electrolytes like Element and stuff like that. So let's see. Another good question from Carnivore. So, thoughts on alcohol beer shots on a special occasion every once in a while? No. Simply put, no. Beer, first of all, beer is full of carbs. And the whole idea of carnivore is to get past your carbohydrate and sugar addiction. And carbs will kick you out of ketosis, which is another reason carnivore works so well, is because you're in ketosis and your body is using that fat, your stored body fat, as fuel. So you definitely don't want to drink beer, but also I would say if you're going to drink alcohol maybe once a year for a very, very special occasion, do like something like that's like a liquor that's clear, like vodka or something like that, but don't go crazy with it. But I would say try to avoid it if you can, because alcohol is a poison. If you're once you ingest alcohol, your liver stops everything it's doing and makes its priority to eliminate that toxin, which is alcohol. So you want to make sure that you don't do that. Definitely eliminate beer. Like, don't ever drink beer because it's full of carbs. But if you're going to drink once a year, drink responsibly and drink something that's super clear, and like vodka, maybe even depending on the whiskey, if it's a high quality whiskey, something like that. But I would just try to avoid alcohol if you can, because at the end of the day, it is a toxin, and that becomes your liver's priority. Instead of your liver burning your body fat, it's going to end up just focusing its priority on getting rid of that toxin alcohol in your system. So I would avoid it if you can. It's a good question here. What do you recommend for if you're getting sick of the cheaper stuff like hamburger and pork, but when you can't afford a beefsteak? I would change it up a little bit. Maybe instead of doing the same 1 or 2 meals all the time, make a recipe, make some carnivore nachos, make some, if you can afford only pork, eggs, and beef, like ground beef, make some nachos. We have recipes on our channel for like Big Mac burger bowls. We have like Thai chili bowls. You can make carnivore nachos with pork rinds. You could cook your eggs differently. Do fried eggs. Do scrambled eggs. Do boil them. Bacon helps mix it up a little bit. I know it's a little bit more expensive, but try that. Clean hot dogs. Hot dogs aren't terribly expensive. Try that. There's ways you can get around that, but try mixing it up. Don't eat the same thing all the time, especially at the beginning, because I know it can get monotonous and tiring, especially at the beginning when you're getting over those cravings and getting past that food addiction. Yes, I agree. Not drink has made life so much easier. Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. Yeah, we have a recipe on Thai chili bowls. It's we made it. I don't know, probably in the summertime sometime. But it's on our channel. Just go and search it on our main channel. Let's see. Here's a good question from most carnivores. What's the cost difference from your previous diet to carnivore? I save money. So I used to eat whatever Caitlin cooked, basically, plus desserts and candy and carbs and eating out a lot all the time. But now I'm spending about $45 a week on my New York strips, plus probably another $10 or so on eggs, if that, per week. So plus coffee. I mean, if you tally all that up, that's probably, call it $75 a week or so on groceries. That's it. So it's a lot cheaper, even with eating steak at Costco. It's a lot cheaper. But you can go even cheaper than that, but sticking to your ground beef and eggs and your cheaper cuts of steak as well. So how long does it take for me to lose 100 pounds? 10 months. 10 months. Yeah. I started at 301 a year ago. We started March 1st, and I was down to 201 10 months in. So that was what? That was about New Year's time frame. So I lost 100 pounds in 10 months. So, okay, we are an hour in. So we're going to wrap it up soon. So if you have any more questions, last minute questions, get them in before we call it a night, because it's I had a long day. I'm getting ready to go to bed soon. So get those questions in before we call it a night, y'all. So, but this has been fun hanging out with everyone and answering all these amazing questions and seeing all the success stories from everyone, seeing how much they've lost so far, and even the people who just started are starting to see a lot of success, and that's amazing. So do we often do live streams? We're trying to get into it more now that we finally have our own computer. We finally just got a new computer. So we're trying to do that more often. And next Friday, we are doing a live stream with Carnivore Kip, our good friend Carnivore Kip. And that's next Friday, the 22nd, I believe. And that's going to be at 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. So that's going to be fun. He's one of our really good friends. He literally supported us from the very beginning. He was the first comment on our channel. So we've done a few live streams with him, and we'll be doing a monthly live stream with him actually. So our March one is next Friday. So we've been planning that with him. So be looking for that. He's a lot of fun. He's awesome. So, but yeah, we're gonna be doing more of that. Alan, yep, you're welcome. I'm glad you found our channel too. It's really awesome that we could inspire you and answer your questions and be here to cheer you on. We would love to do an interview with Dr. Barry, but he is a big fish and we're just a small little channel. So we do have, speaking of that though, we do have an interview. We're going to be doing an interview with Dr. Kiltz. We have that scheduled for early April. It's not going to be live stream. It's going to be pre-recorded, but it will be coming out in April to talk about fertility and carnivore diet. And with Caitlin being pregnant, we're going to talk about like what he recommends for pregnant women as far as diet's concerned, because she's more keto now because she's pregnant. So that's going to be a very interesting interview with Dr. Kiltz. And then we also have an interview with Lily Nichols. It's going to be very interesting. She's a gestational diabetes specialist. Pregnancy and keto is kind of her thing. So that's gonna be really cool. But we are planning some more stuff with other doctors. Hopefully with Dr. Ovadia, we're gonna be doing something. We haven't really got that set in stone yet, but that's coming up hopefully. So that's gonna be fun. So, but eventually our big goal is to get Dr. Barry on the channel and interview him. So maybe one day we'll see. Here's a good question. Do you think it's normal to crave junk food after eating keto snacks? Yes, because usually those keto snacks are not the best thing, and they're usually like alternates to junk food. So if it has like any kind of sweeteners in it or anything like that, the sugar cravings could be coming back, and those carb cravings could be coming back. So I would try to avoid that at all costs. If doing carnivore, it's mostly just eating a whole food, animal-based diet. That's the whole idea. So anything processed, keto snacks usually processed, you're going to bring back those cravings and those food addictions come roaring back. So I would try to be careful with that. I've not done any long-term or long extended fasting. I just do OMAD right now. I've been thinking about maybe, but I don't know. I don't need to or want to right now. Maybe eventually in the future, I might think about it or do it. Here's a good question. Do I drink zero sodas? Occasionally I'll have something like that, but if I'm going to drink something, I will do the if I really want something carbonated and something like that, I'll drink the Zevia, which is probably the best like soda out there. It's just sweetened with stevia. There's no colors or dyes in it, and it's pretty clean for the most part. And I'll have one of those every once in a while, but not too often. Mostly, I'm just drinking my black coffee and water right now. So, hey, Meaty Mama, how are you? It's good to see you in the chat. You're coming in at the end though, because we're getting ready to wrap up. But let's see. Still feeling those cinnamon. Oh. Yeah, like me mom was saying, yep, keto treats make you crave the real thing. Exactly. Because I remember when I did keto a couple years ago, I would have the like Rebel ice cream that was like keto friendly ice cream. And I would just the next day I'd want real ice cream and I would go get it. So it's not getting down to the root issue of the food addiction that you have. And eliminating all that kind of stuff and just eating a whole food carnivore ketovore diet, it's going to help you get past those cravings and those food addiction issues. So I would definitely just stay away from the fake stuff or the fake keto desserts, keto treats. It always comes back to bite you in the end. Here's another question. Would spaghetti squash be a bad thing to add because I miss spaghetti and that's about it? Depends. So it would not be carnivore because it's vegetables and tomato sauce and everything else. I would be careful. It's not carnivore, but you could do it if it helps you stay on track. As long as you're not going to eat spaghetti the next day. I would cook your own sauce because usually the canned sauces a lot of times or the pre-made sauces have ingredients you don't want in them. So I would make your own sauce if you're going to do that. But I haven't had spaghetti in over a year and I don't miss it. So I would just try to push past the cravings and eat a big old ribeye and it'll make your spaghetti craving go away. No sauce. I mean, if you're just gonna do like spaghetti squash only, I mean, yeah, I guess. But I would try to avoid it if you can. I don't know, just me. I've never been a huge spaghetti. I like spaghetti, but I never really craved it in my journey. So, did I cheat? Did I do any cheat days in my journey? I've lost 120 pounds so far. I've only had one cheat meal, and it was after 10 months in. After I lost 100 pounds, I regretted it. It was great in the moment, but I regretted it the next day, and I just felt like crap. And the inflammation was back. And I just didn't sleep good, and I had no energy. And it took me a few days to get back into ketosis and feel like myself again. So I regret having that one cheat meal, and definitely not gonna do that again. So Meaty Mama says, have y'all heard about Limitless Lindy? I have. But she's lost 500 pounds in 2 years on carnivore. I'm seeing a lot of super obese folks having success on carnivore. Yes, people like that. Bill Knott, Carnivore Cure. I think his name is Todd. There's a lot of like really, really big people that are super obese that are really having a lot of success. And it's amazing to see. So so Limitless Lenny she's lost, that's insane. 500 pounds in 2 years. Bill Knott's doing awesome. I know, like I said, Todd Carnivore, he was like 700 pounds when he first started. He couldn't walk. It's insane how carnivore is healing so many people, healing so many food addiction issues and mental issues and like depression, anxiety, and autoimmune issues and inflammation and just all these things. It's incredible. Which it would make sense. That's why it's called the proper human diet, so let's see. Los Carnivores. I feel like food addiction isn't seen as the issue that it is. Everyone thinks a lack of activity is the issue. 100% truth. Truth bomb. Um, Food addiction is a serious issue, and that's why uh, you know, especially America is so everyone's so obese nowadays. Um, Sugar and carbs are addictive. It's not just about calories. It's not about lack of movement. Because like I lost 100 pounds by not exercising. All I did was eat meat. you know, so it's not about it's about what you eat, not about that. Now I'm exercising because I want to exercise. I want to build muscle, but food addiction is a real issue. I struggle with food addiction. A lot of people struggle with food addiction, and that's 100% agree with you there. And not to mention all the processed foods that we eat and in our grocery stores are full of chemicals and addictive chemicals in them. In fact, there's chemists and people their job is to make the processed food for these food companies as addictive as possible to release as much dopamine as possible to get you going back buying more. So food addiction is real, and it's an epidemic, honestly. Because I think 82% of Americans are overweight. I think 45%, something like that, are obese, which is nuts. It's crazy. And here's something interesting. When I started, I was morbidly obese. I was 301 pounds. And 1 year later, I'm 181. I went to the doctor yesterday to get my blood work drawn and everything else. And we talked about different stuff. We'll talk about this in a video coming out soon about my blood work. But I'm officially, according to the old school BMI chart, I'm officially at a healthy weight. I'm no longer overweight even. So in a year, I went from morbidly obese to a healthy weight. I'm still going to keep going because I want to get down to 15% body fat. But yeah, obesity is a major problem in the US and honestly in the world. But here's a question: do you eat berries? I do not currently. It's something that I may work back into my diet once I'm maintaining my weight and maintain my body fat to see if it, just to see how I handle it. Um, because I know berries are okay if you can moderate that. Some people can't moderate. I'm interested to see if I can moderate. So currently, no, I do not. But once I'm in maintenance mode, maybe we'll see. Linda, you're welcome. Have a great thanks. Appreciate it. Should I stop adding butter to my steak at first until I get the weight loss moving? No, definitely not. If you're just starting out and you have a lot of weight to lose, David, I would definitely make sure you're getting plenty of fat. I would put butter on that steak. If you have, like, when I started, I was putting butter on my steak. Of course, I had a lot of weight to lose. I was eating 3 meals a day. I wouldn't worry about counting calories. I wouldn't worry about anything else. Just make sure you're getting electrolytes, eating fatty red meat, eggs, bacon, and butter. Put butter on that steak. Cook your eggs in butter. Don't worry about that. You will lose weight. As long as you're not eating any processed foods, any sugar, or any carbs, you will lose weight. I would just don't worry about that. I would add butter. Add the fat. You're going to need it, especially at the beginning. Robert, yep, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks for stopping in and watching and commenting and chatting. Yeah. I was talking about processed foods and the chemicals that are in our food. Yes, a lot of those things, those chemicals, those ingredients that are in our processed foods are illegal in most other countries. They're illegal in places like Japan and Europe and lots of other places. And it's ridiculous that those things are even considered edible here. Carcinogens, glyphosate, all the things that are sprayed on our crops and our grains and our they say, oh, eat nuts and whole grains and blah blah blah. Well, that's contaminated with glyphosate and chemicals and pesticides, and it's causing so many hormonal issues and just it's terrible. It's terrible. We can get really into it, but that's why that's a huge reason also why we see an epidemic of men in the U.S. that are struggling with low testosterone. They're not eating the proper human diet, and they're ingesting chemicals, dyes, glyphosate, junk. It's a major problem. Let's see. We've got done keto for 6 months, lost 100 pounds. That's awesome. Then I ate normal for 3 years. 1 year I was super depressed, ate too much. In those 4 years, I gained 120 pounds. Now I'm locked in again. So you've lost 100 pounds, gained it all back plus 20, but now you're locked in again. Are you locked in doing carnivore? Here's in a second. Let's see. Hard to start again because I lost 100 pounds, but now I walk the walk. It was a hard thing to think about, but now it's going on. Awesome. Keep going. Keep going. Don't stop. You can do it. Are you carnivore? Are you ketovore? Are you keto? I know keto doesn't really help solve a lot of the food addiction issues. It did for me. That's why carnivore was so sustainable and successful for me. So yeah, definitely. That's amazing. Keep on going. But at least you know you can lose 100 pounds, So lost all the weight, gained it back, and yes, carnivore now. Okay, lost all the muscles and so on. But yes, I'm awesome. Keep going. Eat. Just keep on chugging. Yeah, don't make the mistake. Exactly. The great thing is you mentioned that you were depressed, and that caused you to go back into your food addiction and give me those cravings and gain all the weight back. The great thing about carnivore is that so many people have solved their depression and anxiety. I was watching a podcast with Dr. Ovadia. A lot of the carnivore doctors, Ovadia, Barry, and Chafee, they've all had, what's her name? She's a psychiatrist, on their channels. And she was talking about how she was starting to treat a lot of mental issues with a low carb diet. But yeah, there's a lot of people out there. Homestead Hal Carey talked about he was suffering with depression. Intentional Carnivore, Sean, our friend, he was suffering with terrible depression. I was depressed, not like terribly depressed, but depressed and depressed. I was definitely depressed, but not like dark depression, like some people like Carey and Sean were. But a lot of people solve their mental health issues, anxiety, depression with carnivore. So yeah. Yep. You can treat bipolar. Yes, you can. There's a lot of, what is her name? That's driving me nuts. I can't remember what her name was, but the psychiatrist, she has solved a lot of bipolar, like lots of issues with metabolic therapy. And it was really interesting to hear that. But yeah. So I know we said we were gonna get off here a little bit ago, but all these questions keep coming in, and it's hard to not get to them. But if you have any more questions, get them in. We're probably going to wrap up in the next 15 minutes or so. Here's Sipak says, I'm just not born to eat carbs on a daily basis. Yep, exactly. We don't need carbs. We need protein and fat. We don't need carbs because yeah, simple as that. So. Okay. If you have any more questions left, get them in. Eric, the meat man, I like what you did. I just got it on 2 weeks ago. Awesome. Keep it up. 2 weeks, and you probably lost some weight already. But keep on going. Stay strong. You can do it. I know if I can, you can. Because like I said, I was morbidly obese and over 300 pounds, and I lost 120 pounds in a year. So you can do it. You're welcome. Yes. Thank you, Robert. Thank you. That's her. Yes. Georgia Eid. That was her. Thank you. You reminded me. But yes, Georgia Eid, the psychiatrist who recommends the carnivore diet, she's been using a low carb diet metabolic therapy to treat things like depression, anxiety, bipolar. I think even like some kind of schizophrenia type stuff. It's nuts. So it's pretty crazy what the proper human diet can do for not only our physical and metabolic health, but and our hormonal health, but also our mental health. Um, it's just phenomenal. It really is. Yeah, Georgia Eid. She was interviewed by Dr. Philip Ovadia, Dr. Barry, and several other carnivore doctors. Yeah, she's awesome. Eric, I'm glad that we can help you and inspire you. We that's one of the reasons why we do this and we share this, share our journeys, because to help others take their health back. So it really means a lot when you tell us that we're actually inspiring you and helping you. We really appreciate that a lot. Try any brisket. I love brisket. I love barbecue, and I've not done a brisket yet. I've done pork butt and ribs. I've not done a brisket. I love me some brisket, and I will definitely eat some brisket if it's cooked by. I need to get a brisket recipe, and I need to cook some brisket. That's what needs to happen. This summer, I'm going to cook a brisket. I'm going to smoke a brisket, and we'll see how it goes. And if it goes well, I might make a video of it. We'll see. Another good question, Paul. Did I drink alcohol in those 10 months? I had alcohol once. It was a company Christmas party, and it was free. And I had about 2 drinks. It was just whiskey and Diet Coke. That was it. So it was just a social thing, nothing crazy. It didn't affect me. Like, I didn't gain weight from it or anything. I went back into ketosis pretty quick. But generally speaking, I don't drink. Never been a huge drinker. So, yeah, Robert. Yes, she became carnivore. Started solving all her issues too. Like Paul, like we were talking about, yeah, right. We were talking about earlier. Alcohol is a toxin, and your liver will focus on getting rid of that toxin instead of burning fat, your stored body fat. So definitely don't recommend alcohol. If you're going to do it, be very careful. Do it maybe once a year, if that. But try to avoid it if you can. Not recommended. So, okay, we got about 8 minutes left, about an hour and a half. We're gonna wrap it up. Okay, y'all. So get your questions in in the next 8 minutes. What seasonings do I like to use? Hot sauce. Yep, Frank's Red Hot. That's the good stuff. But I use Redmond's Real Salt, Heath Ryle's Beef Rub. I put that on a steak every single night. That and Redmond's Real Salt, and then Pink Himalayan salt sometimes. I just bought some Redmond's kosher salt, which is like a more flaky, coarse salt. I'm going to see how that is. I'm waiting for it to get here. It's shipped, so it should be here next week. But I usually just do Redmond's Real Salt, the fine salt, and Heath Ryle's Beef Rub. That's what I use. Sometimes I'll use black pepper. Sometimes I'll use garlic powder, depending, but usually just salt and the beef rub. So, yeah, habanero sauce. Yes, I will still eat that sometimes. Frank's Red Hot's good stuff. I do like my habanero sauce as well, as long as it's clean ingredients, because that's the big one. Is because some of that stuff has seed oils, and you gotta be careful with some of those other sauces and everything. As long as there's no sugar, no carbs, and no seed oils, and it's a hot sauce, and it's just vinegar and some pepper, I will probably eat it for sure. So I've always been a hot sauce holic, I guess. Okay. Okay, we got another. Jay started carnivore January 3rd after doing fasting on and off the last few years. This works 10 times better and faster. Lost 40 pounds so far. Feel way better. You lost 40 pounds in 2.5 months. That's amazing. Yes, intermittent fasting is great. Now, when you combine intermittent fasting and carnivore, you talk about losing weight fast. I lost 120 pounds in a year. So, yeah, that's amazing. 40 pounds keep going, keep going. I don't know how much you have left to lose, but that's awesome. Yeah, Pog, you're cooking. Yeah, you're definitely cooking. Keep it going. Yeah, if when you combine intermittent fasting with carnivore, like doing 2 meals a day or 1 meal a day, you start talking about like feeling energetic and feeling great and really have no weight melt off. Oh yeah. I see it was 278 and now you're 220. Awesome. Keep it up. I don't know what your goal weight is or how tall you are, but keep it going. That's amazing. Don't stop. Congratulations on your success so far. You want to hit 200. How tall are you, Jay? Because I'm 6 foot tall. I started at 301 and my goal in my head was like 190, 200. I'm 181. I'm still going. So I would figure out what your weight's going to be, and are you building muscle? Are you working out? Are you lifting weights? Because I know if your goal weight's your weight's gonna be higher if you're building a lot of muscle as well. So, but yeah, I would 5'8", 200. I would get to 200 and see how you feel. Because if you feel great at 200, you're good to go. If you're happy at 200, stick with it. That's awesome. It's a good goal to have. For me, I know personally, I want to get down. My ultimate goal is to get 15% body fat. I've always been. I think I've talked about this in a very early video, like one of our first videos. I talked about wanting a goal of mine to be able to take my shirt off and go swimming in public and not be like worried about what people think about me and not be self-conscious. And so that's kind of the goal for this summer, is to kind of get to that point. So that's what I'm trying to do. But no, if you're 200 your goal, get there, see how you feel. And if you want to keep going, keep going. If you want to stay, awesome. As long as you feel good and you feel confident, that's amazing. You'd be so much healthier at 200 than you are at 278. Maybe I'm dreaming, but we'll see what happens. I got big bones. Everyone's telling me to stop. I look good now, but we'll see. Yeah, I mean, you do what you think is right. Like if you do whatever you feel comfortable at. I thought 200 was going to be my goal too, but then here I am, 181, still going. So it's just weird. It's weird how that perspective changes as you get closer and closer to your goal, and you hit your goal, and you're like, I really want to keep going. But yeah, keep on chugging. That's amazing. Congratulations on your success, and just enjoy the journey. Do I eat cheese, Pog? Probably one slice a day, if that. Not every day, every once in a while. Yes, it is definitely easy to do if you see success. Not just on the scale, but non-scale victories too. Focus on how you're feeling, your inflammation, everything, your mental health, all that good stuff. What do you think about cooking steaks in air fryer? I do it. So I prefer grilled, obviously, but we have an air fryer, and when it's really cold outside, because it's winter here in the Midwest still, and when it's cold outside, I'll just cook in the air fryer. And sometimes it's easier to throw in the air fryer because ours has like this temperature probe on it, and it's able to just cook it for me, and I don't have to worry about it. And so it tastes really good. It's not as good as grilled, but air fryers can make a really good steak. If you want something quick and easy, it does work well. So as long as your air fryer can handle a big steak, of course. Let's see. Okay. We got just a couple minutes left, y'all, so we're going to wrap it up here. So if you have any last second questions, we'll get them in. We've got time for maybe one or two more questions. That's about it. So if not, we will wrap it up. You're welcome. I don't know how to say your name. Not you. Oh, there you are. I don't know how to say your name, but you're welcome. All right. right, we're just gonna wrap it up here, y'all. It has been fun. It's getting to talk to everybody, hearing your stories and answering your questions. It's been a lot of fun. We're going to be trying to live stream a lot more often now. We got a live stream next Friday at 8:30 Central with Carnivore Kip, our good friend. So be sure to tune in for that. Bring your questions, and we appreciate everyone stopping in and hanging out with me for a little bit. And again, sorry Caitlin is not here. She is in Colorado visiting her brother, his wife, and seeing their new baby. And she took Wyatt and left me and the dog for the weekend. So I'm holding down the fort here. But we appreciate everyone tuning in and chatting. We really appreciate it. We will see y'all next Friday for the live stream. And there'll be a video coming out next Friday as well. So y'all have a good night. And don't forget to stay strong. All right. We'll see y'all on the next one. Good night, y'all.